Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Football with myself, Jonesy, in the house. We're going to be playing the New Orleans Saints. So, let's play the full game.
Visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys are putting together a season to remember. No blemishes on their record to this point. Across from him, Saints head coach Kellen Moore. His guys coming off their byes, so they should be fresh and ready to get after it.
All right. All right, chat. Y'all be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subbed, hit that sub button. It's going to be an interesting rest of the season. We don't like too many more weeks.
Here with Penix. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. To the air, Penix. Throw left side, complete to McLeod. Down the left sideline, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Go.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Yes!
Try here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-2. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And the tackle was made right there at the 25-yard line. Here come the Saints for their opening drive.
Oh, and the Saints fall down. Oh, when the Saints go falling down.
Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here after getting a touchdown
Okay.
What?
In there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Oh, that was for spelling.
Then you get a quick sack there on third down, and you make the home
Wow.
go.
There's a hush and D.
Movies.
On is the punter, Johnston now as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Falcons offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. As we transition into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns. A play fake. Now Penix completes a Mooney on the slant. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. This pass is caught by London. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus.
You got the stream on?
Yeah.
We saw that this week, didn't we? And he'll take it to the end zone.
Remember, I'm one of your.
Huh?
Remember, I'm one of your things.
I don't know.
I'm always in.
Me ain't feeling too good.
Here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
She having one of her coughing spells.
You see this offense operate. I don't know. They just seem to get more impressive.
I'm always in.
Let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring.
Maybe
This team
some
designs
muscle.
things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
At least I got Nightbot woken up.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
At least not much. Doing their job.
He'll go down as this drive will start
Yeah.
at the 25-yard line.
They ain't even sleep on their job no more.
Second drive.
Yeah.
Themselves in a good sign
Just to remind everybody, be sure to hit that like button.
on first down.
It does help. Best few streams I've seen, I haven't been getting no likes, so if y'all would, be sure to hit that like button.
They begin on the ground with Camara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. You're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
The like
I'm with you on
button.
that one, and what I like about the message
It
is that
goes
there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
to a
Let's get things
different
settled
thing
down a little
from
bit
me.
and find our way back into this game. One of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question a fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of the game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds.
No good.
Clean, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On the return, here's Agnew. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. Again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Mm.
Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's second down. And you look at the Saints defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early.
That'll be incomplete. I took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
We had a first down right here. Yes.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's across midfield.
Intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll throw with Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. To throw again is Penix.
Touchdown! Falcons. Yeah.
With his second touchdown and fifth on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this CD, but this has been impressive to watch.
A golf celebration. He petting it. Hey!
Coup now for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0 our score after one.
And just think, we got to play these. We got to play these boys twice.
Second quarter now, Falcon football. As
Aren't
they've
we
got it as we
thankful?
resume action. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, is it bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And they'll bring up 4th down.
So much about situations and then having to execute, isn't it?
They don't want me to have the ball back.
Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be Falcon football.
17-yard return. Not bad.
And they, if you just squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC, but when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it and upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
At the 35-yard line.
And looking to throw, Penix. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes a quarterback a whole lot better. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw, Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. Let's go. At the Saints' 9-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 40-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Robinson. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A gain on the play. And the Falcons first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Curry for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. Shuck now to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Working out of the gun here, Shuck. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
They go play action here with Shuck. He lets it go deep for Olave. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
I ran smack into him.
Shaken up.
Ow.
Obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Try to run behind him. Didn't work.
Here's Penix. Over the middle, and it's caught by the crowd. And he slips up past the 40. yards right off the bat and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Caught by London. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control.
Dang it.
By the way, he competes for the football at the end of the play. I see the surprise. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Touchdown! Drake London in the final seconds. And the Falcons will extend their lead here.
I
And that's a lead
I
that
felt like
team
it was
is headed to
good.
now. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it. That can totally change.
Must be using some sticky surfaces on his gloves.
Sure look, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or
It won't come off.
because you don't want to give up a big
Finally.
Good point. Now Young Wei Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch for
I
Drake
don't
London.
know.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Saints take over 1st and 10.
1 second till halftime.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Our trip around the NFL starts now. It begins in Kansas City. The Chiefs at home to take on Indianapolis. And it's Patrick Mahomes. A touchdown pass here from 23 yards out. The Chiefs up their mark to 7-4 with this win. Next up, Lambeau Field. Let's look in on the Packers as they play host to the Minnesota Vikings. And this is J.J. McCarthy. He's got nobody open, so he'll just hot-foot it himself. 7 yards for the touchdown. The Vikings go on to take it. They win by 13. Lastly, let's go out to Chicago. The Bears hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's Caleb Williams. It's a touchdown pass from 3 yards out. The Bears get win number 2 as they take care of business in this one. There you see the rest of the scores from Week 12 with Denver, the Chargers, Miami, and Washington all getting late season byes. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Olave motioning to the left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best
Time.
defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
For the 5th time.
Take it at the 37. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time?
Oh, where's the flag at, ref?
I'm sure we have some different things.
He shoved him.
Right now, the way this one is going.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And that will be incomplete.
The touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Oh, well.
This offense has moved the ball. He hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touched down right at the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side,
First time ever punting.
up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising.
I would aim for one of the darn zebra.
Get anything done in this one. Keep diving deep into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
So the completion results in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Kamara up the middle. And this has been a familiar
Hello, Kamara.
afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
To throw now. Shot. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit.
And you can tell just by looking at him.
Give me my ball back.
It's a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart. And that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Now a play fake here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get it. Not as good as throw there. Where do we sit right now in the third quarter? He's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Got an open man. It's McLeod. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Penix. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. That one goes for 13 yards and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Let's go now. Go. They'll go play action here with Penix. Crossing route incomplete. He's got a blitz. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll run with Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
Nope.
Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Coup now for the point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Looking to put a drive together. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Shuck. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Brings up third down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing, Shuck. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. And we saw another example of it there. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now Penix. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jarnell Mooney with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Crew able to connect on the extra point. As they just add on to that big lead. Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. And a decent return. This Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Let's go now. Go.
Now a first down carry. It's Camara. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. From the 35, here's second down and a yard. Again, it's Camara. And he'll be brought down short of 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And they run the option here on first and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 9.
Here we go, set.
Now Shuck. Little short pass here to Hill. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Third down, Shuck for the gun. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It gets a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Taken in at the 22. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback
3,000 yards.
more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They start on the ground with Robinson here. A couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. This pass is caught by London. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Robinson up the middle. Give him 4 on the carry. That'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the 1st. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This a 43-yard attempt. And it's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Boy, 4th and 2, this crowd was urging them to go for it, certainly. Instead, they settle for the field goal try, and then they come up with nothing.
Brandon, yeah, football coach won't let the crowd dictate how he calls a football game. He stuck to his guns. But after the miss, now there's 70,000 coaches in the stands thinking they were right.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that,
I'm curious about the stats.
a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, the perfect season remains.
How many yards did it allow them?
11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets.
0.1.
Total offense, 16 yards.
7 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami.
16 yards. 1.4 yards per rush. Ouch. 1 first down. Allowed them 16 yards. Ouch. Looks like I can't pick another one of them. We got the Jets next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. It ain't going to get no better. Who's this? So look, we got the Jets. Yay. For the second game this week.
$50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in
Ain't it
East Rutherford.
training?
Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Weekend, and we have got a good one in store. As it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets. On the visitors'
Oh,
sideline,
this is not going to be fun.
his defense made a statement their last time out, pitching a shutout in last week's win. Opposite him, the Jets' Aaron Glenn. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're
Visibility is
in front of the home crowd here.
low.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Getting down inside the 30 to 20. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Well, I prepped for this one. It was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally you said, he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
But be careful what they wish for ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. 23 yards on the play.
I'm sure after he caught the ball and looked up, he thought to himself, uh-oh. Trying to find some space, trying to make people miss. But a swarm of defenders were there, and they dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Mm.
It's a little too good there, and it's second down. The CD in this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they saw some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And that is incomplete. Couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. You talk about this Jets defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Ah.
That's going to wind up incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively, if they want to insist on going in that direction, make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the try here for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward.
Oh, it's raining.
And it's good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And
Thought it was snow, but it's rain.
catch from Drake London. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
It's very heavy rain.
It's like, Coach, I can't see nothing.
But not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
He had the numbers of a game last week.
Oh.
Being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions.
You remember old Justin Fields with Ohio State? That's who the quarterback is for the New York Jets.
Stop it. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields.
Come here, Fields.
Here he lost the football. Falcons say they have it, they do.
Yeah!
Gonna tie you into the ground.
That 6 cents, doesn't it?
It really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame. And anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Fake. Now Penix. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jets offense
Dang it.
coming up now to start their next drive. And a fumble last
It's
time.
okay. You'll get some fall back.
Yeah, but I made them, when they got the touchback, they gained 4 yards.
OTAs, mini camp, first day of camp in the regular season. Ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Oh, there we go. Never mind.
2 and 3.
Now they're at the 14. I'm happy now.
Knocked the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, all hands onto it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. For a solid return there, 14 yards. And this offense, they're going to have Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's London.
His play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Charlie Warner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, something good. And it's now 14-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They begin with a run by Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also can kick it through the post. Well done.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here we go. Here's Fields. He'll try and do this himself. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the
I
first
think
down.
the Jets need to watch the movie.
Huh?
I think the Jets need to watch the movie Longest Yard when they play in the rain.
Something.
Because I can't.
What's that other Gridiron Games?
Yeah. They can't hold
Gridiron Games, Longest Yard, all them football games, movies.
They can't hold on to the ball in the rain. And they mess up too much.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Fields. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. And now we'll get a stoppage here.
But when they mess up too much, it's hard.
Cramp!
Good. It's a good thing for you.
Yeah.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt.
Almost lost my footing there.
3-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
But that's all right.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Darnell Mooney, 61 yards. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Koo up in the score 21-0.
I was lucky on that one.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one.
Play wasn't actually supposed to went that far, but I'll take it. Ow. Talking about splish splash taking a bath.
Already around the NFL, we had 3 great games on Thanksgiving, another one Friday in Philadelphia, and it's all part of the NFL salute to the legendary
I think
John
he
Madden. This week's slate of games known as the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Weekend.
into
We
Bill.
sports salute the man we knew as coach. He brought so much to this great holiday, so many smiles with his love of family, his love of football, and we miss him, no doubt. Gone, but certainly never forgotten.
Huh.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first
You remember the passing of John Madden, right?
doing their job, but they're doing
They just did a thing for John Madden.
to the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he
Ow.
drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And you watch Reynolds way downfield. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And I think this is a situation
Thank you.
quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Thank
This
you.
offense
Come
making
again.
its way back out, led by their running back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And it's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Ah.
Incomplete.
And certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Penix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To throw again is Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will not make it to the imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out.
Dang it.
And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Brandon, nothing short
Lit should have put a little more ump behind it.
range. Most kickers are going to hit the top of the net, maybe even put it over the net. And I know this one didn't get blocked, yet it doesn't even get there.
looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to
you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11 now.
Here we go, son.
Out of the gun, Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here we go.
A first down carry down for Miller. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So 3rd down and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, here's Fields. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the
Fields. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And almost but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school? That possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you did? I thought you did. Well, I'm gonna give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Hope you all had a very happy Turkey Day indeed as we wrap up John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend. Let's roll. Trip through the NFL starts now. We begin with the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, at home to take on the Chicago Bears. And it's the veteran, one of the best in the game, Nick Chubb. He's a weapon in the run game. He's a weapon in the passing game. Look at him go. 80 yards on the catch and run for the touchdown. Why don't we go over to Charm City now? Check in on the Ravens as they host the Cincinnati Bengals. And here comes Derrick Henry. He's going to show some burst, and he has a score, 24 yards on the touchdown. The Ravens win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. One more to bring you up. Let's go to Arlington. The Cowboys hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is Patrick Mahomes. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Chiefs win their 4th straight as they get the victory here. Here are the rest of the scores from a busy Week 13. All 32 teams in action over the course of this Thanksgiving weekend. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And able to get this out to the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
This is Lazard with a catch out left. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. Here we go. At their 48.
Here's Fields. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll go play action here with Penix. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Ready? Go.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
Here we go, Ty.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down, looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Option handoff here to Miller. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
At the 39-yard line.
319, can I say that?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Here we go, Scott. Green. Go.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And they'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Falcons, 1st down. 24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Robinson will try to pick it up. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps.
Touchdown, Falcons! Tyler Algier, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
My bad, y'all didn't hear that comment. I could have drove a truck through that hole.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
It had me worried there for a little while.
The folks here at home
I ain't kidding.
atmosphere would carry their
I
guys to a
know.
surprise victory. But
Thought they were going to come back on me.
going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Allen here on the screen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. If you ain't subbed, hit that sub button.
Snap, Fields.
This is every Monday.
His yard here over the middle. A gain of 5.
Till we go to the Super Bowl, then I got to figure out something else. I don't know what.
Back to throw. Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Might do another season.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now Fields going to run. Now loose
Can
football.
I suggest
And
something?
the Falcons grab it. And I don't know that fumble
What not?
Huh?
Can I suggest something?
What?
What not?
Scratching his head, but probably writing
Yeah.
a about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They're challenging a fumble.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go. Oh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. 319, get that.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Now Fields going to run. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now Fields going to run. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down. First down. To throw is Fields. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it second down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be ball dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Operating from the gun, Fields. That is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They snap it to Fields. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Atlanta,
Well, that's game number 2. Ooh. Yeah. We'll work on this real quick. Then we'll go see who we play next week. Seattle and not sure. Schedule. Team schedule.
Seattle.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
We got Tampa Bay and Seattle next week. So we only have maybe a couple more weeks before we go to, looks like in towards the beginning of, well, actually, this is the last Monday of the month. So May, that's June. This looks like a couple weeks in June. So there's the June schedule for next month. Seattle, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Los Angeles, and the Saints at home before we do the playoffs. So if you haven't hit that sub button, hit that sub button. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. And make sure you hit that notification bell because this season ain't over yet. But until next week, or no, Wednesday, my bad. Wednesday for Farm Sim. And then on Friday we got Minecraft. So things are getting interesting there. So be sure to hit me up on some of these streams. You never know what's going to happen. And I guess that's going to do it for today. Me and Pokey Panda will see you in the next one.
La la.